judicial, not a Mason official. Temple head on a swivel, see rights are not civil. Jurisdiction challenge, railroaded acquittal. Ex parte, no trial, dismissal is artificial. Straw man is not a lawman, but ends legis. In color of courts, more racket than tennis. Where colored man has no rights. And sicker this more thing, Jamal and Black Knight, Robin Hood Azim, not Cornish but Moorish American, stand on squares, surging adrenaline. Take notice, for the cross with a fez on, your favorite rapper has a dress on and leave press-ons. Take notice, you got hex and lost focus, while I see... Take notice, proclamation judicial, not a Mason official. Temple head on a swivel, see rights are not civil. Jurisdiction challenge, railroaded acquittal. Ex parte, no trial, dismissal is artificial. Straw man is not a lawman, but ends legis. In color of courts, more racket than tennis. Where colored man has no rights. And sicker this more thing, Jamal and Black Knight, Robin Hood Azim, not Cornish but Moorish American, stand on squares, surging adrenaline. Take notice, for the cross with a fez on, your favorite rapper has a dress on and leave press-ons. Take notice, you got hex and lost focus, while I see with eyes behind my head like Jokic. Are you listening or under hypnosis? Is intelligence overpowered by your emotions? Take notice, crack scene shots give blood clots, know what the Gen Z zombie culture. No Thanksgiving eating thighs of turkey vultures. Never see slaves, only black and more sculptures. Take notice, hailstorms and swarms locusts. When affirming, no claps, hands, palms open. That man's with hugs, brotherly love, holy covenant. Take notice, Moorish government. Take notice, proclamation judicial, not a Mason official. Temple head on a swivel, see rights are not civil. Jurisdiction challenge, railroaded acquittal. Ex parte, no trial, dismissal is artificial. Straw man is not a lawman, but ends legis. In color of courts, more racket than tennis. Where colored man has no rights. And sicker this more thing, Jamal and Black Knight, Robin Hood Azim, not Cornish but Moorish American, stand on squares, surging adrenaline. Take notice, for the cross with a fez on, your favorite rapper has a dress on and leave press-ons. Take notice, you got hex and lost focus, while I see with eyes behind my head like Jokic. Are you listening or under hypnosis? Is intelligence overpowered by your emotions? Take notice, crack scene shots give blood clots, know what the Gen Z zombie culture. No Thanksgiving eating thighs of turkey vultures. Never see slaves, only black and more sculptures. Take notice, hailstorms and swarms locusts. When affirming, no claps, hands, palms open. That man's with hugs, brotherly love, holy covenant. Take notice, Moorish government, unconscious Moors used to meet quotas. Chicago congressman won from the Moorish voters. Elders took notice to what Drew Ali said. Oscar Bay next to the prophet cause the priest is dead. Bay Anderson on his right, Moorish hijab. Right to bear arm, Moors might wear a niqab. Law and order mind, traders drawing quarter time. Cutting off hands and ears for committing a crime. Vegan beef with dirty Moors is not a family feud. Families fight, one's wrong, have perception skewed. Spiritual altitude, lower self-subdued. No sucrose drinks or European poison foods. Holistic versus my foe is alkalines. Pastor only speaking tongues from altar wines. For treason they all face the firing line. Most bystander not preventing the crime. Society invites it, then rewrites it. If a battle can't be won, don't fight it. Not saying see corruption and be silent, be defiant. Never punish all the clever corporate tyrants. Take notice. Politicians touch their own children. Yours get shot up and in the news for causing killings. Calling them black translates to living and death. Trans march for rights with their BIPOC breath. Take notice. Sex ed taught in daycare. False evidence appearing real is how you say fear. Claim you're woke but still you're dead and sleeping. Can't you see you popping pills for the thrill seeking? Thinking they can fly off balconies leaving. One's facelift like weekend. Too much competing. Trying to be someone else. Won't be themselves. Skinny jeans got their manhood. Short. Take notice. Proclamation judicial, not a Mason official. Temple head on a swivel, see rights are not civil. Jurisdiction challenge, railroaded acquittal. Ex parte, no trial, dismissal is artificial. Straw man is not a lawman, but ends legis. In color of courts, more racket than tennis. Where colored man has no rights. And sick of this more thing, Jamal and Black Knight, Robin Hood Azim, not Cornish but Moorish American, stand on squares, surging adrenaline. Take notice, for the cross with a fez on, your favorite rapper has a dress on and leave press on. Take notice, you got hex and lost focus, while I see with eyes behind my head like Jokic. Are you listening or under hypnosis? Is intelligence overpowered by your emotions? Take notice, crack scene shots give blood clots, no wonder. Gen Z zombie culture, no Thanksgiving eating thighs of turkey vultures. Never see slaves, only black and more sculptures. Take notice, chaos storms and swarms locusts. When affirming, no claps, hands, palms open. That man's with hugs, brotherly love, holy covenant. Take notice, Moorish government, unconscious Moors used to meet quotas. Chicago congressman won from the Moorish voters. Elders took notice to what Drew Ali said. Oscar Bay next to the prophet cause the priest is dead. Bay Anderson on his right, Moorish hijab. Right to bear arm, Moors might wear a niqab. Law and order mind, traders drawing quarter time. Cutting off hands and ears for committing a crime. Vegan beef with dirty Moors is not a family feud. Families fight, one's wrong, have perception skewed. Spiritual altitude, lower self-subdued. No sucrose drinks or European poison foods. Holistic versus my flow is alkalines. Pastor only speaking tongues from altar wines. For treason they all face the firing line. Most bystander not preventing the crime. Society invites it, then rewrites it. If a battle can't be won, don't fight it. Not saying see corruption and be silent, be defiant. Never punish all the clever corporate tyrants. Take notice. Politicians touch their own children. Yours get shot up and in the news for causing killings. Calling them black translates to living in death. Trans march for rights with their BIPOC breath. Take notice. Sex ed taught in daycare. False evidence appearing real is how you say fair. Claim you're woke but still you're dead and sleeping. Can't you see youth popping pills for the thrill seeking? Thinking they can fly. Off balconies leaving. One's facelift like weekend. Too much competing. Trying to be someone else. Won't be themselves. Skinny jeans got their manhood. Short like elves. Weaves and eyelashes. Puckering lips and tongues out. Should be enough to have dad's guns out. Take notice. We sit back and watch it happen. He's in extensions, lap dancing devils while rapping. She's in every video twerking, ass slapping. Y'all are Victor and Dre and shot, dildo strapping. I see what they're trying. I took notice. I see their motives as they're bringing 12 roses. Bullets are used on blacks now, not fire hoses. Necrophiliacs and bodies before it decomposes. Take notice.
Ouch. Don't worry. Wait for that one. That one's on the way soon, and some more's on the way soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just hold on a second. Just hold on. Just grab the armrest right now. Hold on. Because it's warp speed right now. It's warp speed. With the skin flapping. Skin flapping right now. Skin flapping. Skin flapping. We had to go early just so they can't say that we lied. We lied. Right? June 17th, 2021. Joe Biden asks Americans to report radicalized friends and family to the government. In an unsettling development, the administration of Joe Biden is asking American citizens to betray friends and family who have different political views and report them to the government for allegedly being quote-unquote radicalized as reported by Breitbart. During a teleconference with the press, a senior administration official said that they were seeking to improve public awareness of federal resources to address concerning or threatening behavior before violence occurs. Quote, "This involves creating context," the official continued. in which those who are family members or friends or co-workers know that there are pathways and avenues to raise concerns and help those who have perceived to be radicalized and potentially radicalized towards violence. In addition to seeking tips from American citizens to turn in their friends and loved ones, the official also said that the government would be working with tech companies to increase surveillance on alleged radicals. Any particular tech company often knows its platform very well, but the government sees things actually threats of violence across platforms. The official claimed with no evidence. They see the relationship between online recruitment, radicalization, and violence in the physical world. To this end, the official said that Department of Recruitment, Radicalization, and Violence in the physical world. To this end, the official said that the Department of Homeland Security would begin implementing digital literacy and digital fitness programs, enabling the agency to detect malicious content online that bad actors deliberately try to disseminate. The official concluded, noting that we are investing many agencies of the government and resourcing them appropriately and asking our citizens to participate, because ultimately this is really about homeland security being a responsibility of each citizen in our country to help us achieve. These declarations are indicative of the administration's determination to double down on the debunked conspiracy theory that far-right and white supremacist domestic terrorists is the top security threat to the nation. Although Biden repeatedly made this false claim in his inaugural address, his first address to a joint session of Congress and a press conference on June 1st, there is no evidence to back up this assertion. Many critics have instead described these claims as an attempt by the administration to justify cracking down on political opponents, namely supporters of President Trump. Now remember, Noble Drew Ali told these Negro black colored idiots that when you have a Asiatic president and a European vice president, that would mean it's your time. What these niggers do. They played Negro black colored since the 1930s until Noble Drew Ali's prophecy manifested. And there was a first black president. And what these niggers do with their black president, threw him under the bus, even though he brought them UN DRIP and Declaration of Rights of a Nationality. Same thing Noble Drew Ali told these people in the 1930s. But no, they're not going to make that connection because they're dumb niggers. So we're catering to who want to know this. If you don't want to know, get the F out of here. Go over there somewhere. Keep Moors out your mouth. Don't mention Noble Drew Ali. Just go over there and be a dumb nigger. And don't talk about Moors. Don't bring up Moors. Don't bring up Noble Drew Ali, Moroccan flags, Morocco. Don't bring up anything. Because all these people are traitors and sold you out. That's why right now, our people have nothing, Moors included. And we're not talking about the Moors who we know that got L's and B's and they did their work in their life. They paid their dues. They paid their dues. And they can say that they're a Bey or a L or Ali or whatever and have 50 million in the bank account and not give the Moors anything. They have a right to do that. What are you doing? At least they're a Bey. What are you doing? You parading around behind these nigger leaders who they sent to you? The same nigger leaders who told you Barack Obama is a sellout to our people. When he endorsed UN DRIP, first president in United States history. But they're not going to talk about that though. They're never going to bring that up. They're never going to bring up that the first president, now let's analyze this. The first president in United States of America government history to sign the United Nations declarations of the rights of indigenous people was a Kenyan guy. Was a I'm not black guy. I'm not your black president. Told them that. Don't call me black president. They're not going to go with that. Endorse UN DRIP when Carter said F that. Bushes said F that. Clinton said F that. Everybody said F that. Why? Why would everybody say F the UN declarations of the rights of indigenous people? Oh yeah, because they just found the goddamn graves where they found 500, 700 plus 200 last week or whatever like that of all these indigenous bodies. That's why they don't endorse UN DRIP. That's why they don't sign on to United Nations, because they already know that this is indigenous land. The only way they're going to get it is murder them. Which they did, and now they're living on the graves of indigenous people all over the planet. And people are not strangling these people. Alright, if you're not going to strangle them, I'm going to go get me a slave or whatever like that, because I already know you niggers aren't going to support your own stuff. So I'm going to go over here and get this slave and find another angle to get this information out. To find another angle. Because people want this information. We know people want this information. I get the emails from them, and they're talking about real issues. They're talking about real life issues right now that these people, Biden administration and Trudeau administration or whatever like that, that they're living on the graves of our ancestors. And then what they thought was that, oh yeah, you killed that guy, oh, nobody's gonna come back or whatever. No, you just messed up, because now you got to deal with 4 or 5 of us now. Because real niggers don't die, we multiply. Why are we multiplying? Because we're not niggers. We're a nation of people. And some of us know what went down, you know what I mean? And, you know, they can't deny it because they just dug up the bodies. What are you going to say? You didn't do it? Catholic guys? The Catholic guys are going to say they have nothing to do with the mass graves under the school that they built for the indigenous people? Really? No international war crimes? Nothing? Oh yeah, they call themselves Indians, and they're under Bureau of Indian BS from these colonists. So you see how they played you? And then here he comes now, because now he's the man, right? Remember he came after. Okay, let's look at it like this. Jesus came back and Barack Obama was the president. And said what he had to say, and you murdered him. You put him on a cross, nailed him to it, and left him there to die. Now, his successor, the devil, comes up now, and they have the people policing themselves. They have the people kicking people's ass because they don't have a mask on. But no charges for that. But No charges for that. The boy just gets to walk away. Nothing, like nothing happened. But brother trip on his shoelace, and then everybody's coming out with the guns, and the trucks are pulling up and laser beam on this guy because he tripped on the shoelace. And you don't think there's a problem? And the problem is your nigger leaders sold you out. Because Drew Ali told you that when there's the black president guy, that's your time. Nah, that's not our time. Because Noble Drew Ali is not a prophet, and he's a cult leader of some Islamic black guys and all this. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Honest to the Moors that study sent me this one this morning. I forgot. And we're gonna be here a while. That's why we started early, so we can get through all of this. So you could see that everything is about setting up the situation so the Moors could look like the radicalized, try to take over the government, right? Well, that's not what Moors are about. Whose narrative are you listening to? The Moors narrative who are living this, or some people who are over there pointing over there, hey, the Moors are whatever, and you're listening to them? Yo, you don't want to listen to Moors. Okay, fine, don't listen to Moors. That's why we say F you. Go over there and go be a nigger over there. Don't bring up Moors. If you want to be an accountant guy, where's this guy? And I forgot to I forgot to invite him to come on this thing. Where are you at, Pocket watching guy. I forgot to invite you, pocket watching guy. There you go. There's the invite. Pocket watcher guy. There's the invite. People want to make videos about Moors. Why are you making videos about Moors? Who are you? Like, who are you? You Moors have to keep Moors out your mouth if you don't want to be Moors. Don't bring up Moors. Because then when we address the fact that you're bringing up Moors because you're a traitor sellout, you're going to go snitch to YouTube and get the video tucked down, and then snitch to IG and get the page shut down. So what do you mean? Are you wanting it to get to the point where we have to see people? Like, is that where you want it to be at? Because I get calls all the time, and this is not about some radicalized BS. But we know our people are in a situation. Moors are saying, we have the solution right here, nationality. And then everybody's debating Moors. What are you debating? How come you're not debating some Chinese people over there? How come you're not debating some other, those people are talking about nationality? Why aren't you debating them? How come you got all these videos and then these few videos about Moors, you're debating us about our nationality as Moors, and Moor means black and all this BS. But you're not debating the Chinese people. You're not debating anybody else with a nationality. You're only debating Moors. These people are sent to you. These are the traitor nigger sellouts that sold you out. You see how we say, we're the Moors of the ancient times and whatever like that? Okay, these are the traitors and sellouts of the ancient times. Here, still a traitor and a sellout. Still a bitch-ass nigger. Attorney guy. Went to them to go get a paper talking crazy about Moors who are Aboriginal and Indigenous. Ask Barack, your black president guy. Your black president guy who went, not over here, went over there and told them over there that our stuff was founded by Islamic principles. There's not some Christian stuff over there. And everybody's happy. Why? Because they recognize the prophecy of Noble Drew Ali. These niggers in America, nope. Nah. He's just a fake prophet guy. We're just going to make videos and talk about him like he's some sideshow Bob. You tell Noble Drew Ali's sideshow Bob Circus guy? Yeah? That's what you think it is? Oh, alright. Let's see if you can back up what you're talking about. Let's see.
But now I also have to go into what is the Moorish Science Temple of America. Because like I said, he is a thought leader of a splinter group of this group, the Moorish Science Temple of America. So the Moorish Science Temple of America is a organically grown African American Islam.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Right there, you're a liar. Because in the time of Noble Drew Ali, there was no such thing as an African American, because I came from Jesse Jackson, you sellout niggers. And Jesse Jackson's you guys' boy. Of course you're going to call people African American because you're a goddamn traitor. You're a sellout. That's why you're an attorney. You're not working for your people as an attorney. You're working for them. And you're slandering our nationality. And you would never do that to a Hindustani. Go. I dare you. I dare you make a video. I dare you make a video. I dare you. Any of you traitors, I dare you to make a video about the turban of the Sikhs. I dare you. Make a video about the turban of the Sikhs and how that comes from toilet paper and wrapping toilet paper around their head. Make a video about that. See what happens. I bet you won't do it. I bet you. Because all you people are traitors and we see you. And we're going to keep saying it again and again and again. If you're riding with Kwame Brown, who's calling out all these traitors and the black stuff, then you better ride with Moors. Because we've been calling out all these traitors. We've been calling out all these traitors. Why? Because our people are under a spell. That's the only way that it's like this. I was a dumb nigger. I was a dumb nigger. I know what it means to be a dumb nigger. And I found about nationality, and it wasn't even rocket science. Because all my life I've been a dumb nigger. Thought you knew something because you went to a school or something. I'm just a dumb nigger. Working for these people. When you have your own nation, you're in your own land, and you don't want that? You want to be dumb nigger? Alright. Be dumb nigger, but stay over there with your niggerness. Don't bring up Moors. Don't bring up Noble Drew Ali. Don't bring up Moorish Science Temple. How dare you call the Moorish movement African American? You sellout traitor. Noble Drew Ali even told the Moors in his writings that this should not be confused with any Back to Africa movement. So how are we African American if this is not to be connected to any Back to Africa movement? You traitor. And it's not just him. We told you all of them sold you out if they're not telling you about your nationality and your birthrights. It's that simple. And we're not talking about some side talk. Slip the Moors in there to make... Oh, he said Moors, so that means that he's with us. No. You see, you traitors too. Right? You sell products. Traders. Products don't do anything. All these years we're selling natural products. People still have skin conditions and shit. Hell are you talking about? What's the problem? Why? Why? Because everybody else has a nationality. That's why it works for them and nothing works for our people. Do you understand that? Nothing works for our people because we don't have a nationality. Everything works for everybody else, even illegal stuff, because they have a nationality. All these traitors should be hung. Guillotine, something. Because this is why we can't progress as a people. Because we've never dealt with the traitors. And then now, not only are you in favor of traitors, but you're also gonna work for them to point out the radicalized whatever, which are really the ones who are making the point. Because they're actually not radicalized. It's really just people who know what their rights are, and these colonists, foreigners, are not going to violate me in my own land. Like, you're not. You're I don't know what you think this is, but we're not the dumb niggers. And all these people, because we know he has a fez at home, because he has to be a Mason if he's a president. He has to be. That's prerequisite. It's a prerequisite that you're a Mason to be in government. Called United States or Canada. You have to be. You're not getting in without being that. And we're not talking no violence and all that stuff. We're talking logic. If Noble Drew Ali said, hey, when the black president comes and there's a European vice president, that means it's your time. And now the vice president turned to president. The vice president turned to president. And now, doors closed. You're not getting anything now. You had your chance. 2 terms too? You had your chance. You had your chance. You didn't take advantage of your opportunity. Why? Because traitors among you were trying to convince you about some be black. Some be African, whatever. Be all these things except Moors. Be everything in the book but Moors, or they have a reason why you're not that. Right? They got videos upon videos. Moor means dead, telling you how you're not that. How you're not Moors. Trying to tell you how you're not Moors.
Dead, not without precedent. Because Ha'aku in the Sudan and Ethiopia is called the land of the venerable dead. The ancestresses and ancestors. Not the land of the living, but it's where the ancestresses and ancestors come from, and their spirits still go.
Right? So a Kemetic guy is going to bring the more means dead, right? The Kemetic guy is going to tell you more means dead. Kemetic guy. Right? Kemetic guy is going to tell you this. Okay? Here's what Moors say to these Kemetic traders, because they're sellouts too. If you thought they got away, they didn't get away. They're some of the biggest traders. The sellout guys? Oh, because they would never bring you to a pyramid in America. When's the last time they had a pyramid tour in America? You know, there's pyramids in America, right? So why you making plane companies rich going half the way across the world when you got a pyramid right over there in your backyard? Yeah, you know the mound that you used to run down as children or whatever? Yeah, guess what? Yeah, that's a pyramid. And they're laughing, rolling down the hill, bobsledding, 30 miles an hour going down this hill. Yeah, it's a pyramid. More means black. All these Kemetic whoever's, right? And they haven't refuted it yet.
Canaanland Moors presents Comments Quickies. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try? What does more mean? This has been a question that many of our people have asked. The problem is that many of our so-called scholars have said that more means black when the origin of the word did not. So let's quell this once and for all. First off, let's start with our Superman, our Kal-El, our PhD in Moorish history scholar, Dr. Ben, and hear what he says.
There came a time in 1506, after we lost power in Spain. The Africans ruled Spain from 711. We were calling ourselves Moors, M-A-U-E-R-S, then M-O-O-R-S.
Dr. Ben said we were calling ourselves Moors, M-A-U-E-R-S, then M-O-O-R-S. Many people are familiar with M-O-O-R, but not M-A-U-R. If we go to the Hieroglyphics Dictionary by E.A. Wallace Budge, we find that the word Moor, M-A-U-R, is in the book. The meaning is stated as Palermo Stele, the title of the high priest of Anu. So first off, Moor, M-A-U-R, was on the walls of ancient Hikupta, aka ancient Kemet / ancient Egypt.
And then let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because then we're not talking about M-E-R like what these guys are talking about. Remember, they're saying M-E-R. More means dead. That's where they're going with it. They're going with M-E-R. How come they're not telling you about M-A-U-R? The Kemetic guys. Right? They're saying M-E-R. This is the Kemetic guy. Merti. M-E-R-T-I. The dead. The damned. M-E-R. M-E-R-A. M-E-R-T-T. Desert land. Collection of water, lake, pool. Why are you talking about M-E-R? Why are you even bringing that up as more? Because according to this, more is in the walls of Kemet as M-A-U-R. Why aren't the Kemetic guys telling you about that? Pardon the interjection.
Second, if we do some research, we find out that Palermo Stele actually means Palermo stone. And this stone was given this name because it was removed from Egypt and brought to a museum at Palermo, Italy. It is also known as Royal Annals of the Old Kingdom in ancient Egypt. If we research this stone deeper, we find out that this stone deals with the first 5 dynasties of ancient Hikupta, aka ancient Kemet, aka ancient Egypt. So that means that the Palermo Stele deals with the Egyptian dynasties from 3100 BCE to 2325 BCE. This is from the Encyclopedia Britannica website. This is from the ancientpages.com website. And check out this PDF on academia.edu for more information as well. So now, let's use some common sense. If we look back into history, the word Moor, M-A-U-R, pops up in Mauritania, Mauryan Empire, and Societas Republicae y Almorecanos Estados. The Mauryan Empire, under Chandragupta, is listed from about 321 BCE to 185 BCE. This is from the Encyclopedia Britannica website. This is from the ancient.eu website. This is from the Wikipedia website. Then there is the Societas Republicae y Almoricanos Estados, which is Latin for the United Association of the Republic of Almoricanos, or the United Republic States of Almoricanos. This is the title of the North American government before the arrival of the Europeans. Next up, all of northern Alkebulan, aka Africa, was known as Mauritania at one point, and this was since 300 BCE. This is from the Wikipedia website. Let's read some of what is said about Mauritania. Mauritania is the Latin name for an area in the ancient Maghreb, Tamazgha. It stretched from central present-day Algeria westward to the Atlantic, covering northern Morocco and southward to the Atlas Mountains. Its native inhabitants, semi-nomadic pastoralists of Berber ancestral stock, were known to the Romans as the Mori and the Masazili. Now let's scroll down a bit and see what it says about the Mori people. Mauritania existed as a tribal kingdom of the Berber Mori people. Mori is recorded as the native name by Strabo in the early 1st century. This appellation was also adopted into Latin, whereas the Greek name for the tribe was Moruzi. The Mori people would later bequeath their name to the Moors, M-O-O-R-S, on the Mediterranean coast of North Africa from at least the 3rd century BC. The Mediterranean coast of Mauritania had commercial harbors for trade with Carthage since the 4th century BC, but the interior was controlled by Berber tribes who had established themselves in the region by the beginning of the Iron Age. Well, this is interesting. Once again, the Mori people would later bequeath their name to the Moors, M-O-O-R-S, on the Mediterranean coast of North Africa from at least the 3rd century BC. What does bequeath mean? Bequeath, verb, leave property to a person or other beneficiary by a will. He bequeathed his art collection to the town, pass something on, or leave something to someone else. He ditched the unpopular policies bequeathed to him. Interesting. So that ties into what Dr. Ben was saying when he said,
we were calling ourselves Moors, M-A-U-E-R-S, then M-O-O-R-S.
Dr. Ben said we were calling ourselves Moors, M-A-U-E-R-S, then M-O-O-R-S. So common sense should tell us that the knowledge from the high priests of Anu at some point started to spread either through some of the priests leaving Hicupta, aka Egypt, and then spreading their wisdom, and or people coming to Egypt to gain this knowledge through the Egyptian mysteries system, and then going back to their respective areas and teaching others. Hence why all of North Alkebulan, aka Africa, Southwest Asia, and North America all bore the word Moor, M-A-U-R, in their titles. Only a few were privileged to learn the mysteries system. So once you quote-unquote graduated from your 40-year study of the mysteries system in Hicupta, aka Egypt, you became a high priest of Anu, aka a Moor, M-A-U-R. So to be clear, the knowledge of the Moors, M-A-U-R-S, at some point started to spread since BC times. And common sense should also tell us that if they all bore the same title, they must have been unified. And because the high priests of Anu, aka Moors, M-A-U-R-S, were very dark-skinned, when they engaged the Europeans took the title of Moor, M-A-U-R, and gave it the meaning black. And that is what you see in the European language dictionaries today when it says Moor, M-O-H-R, Moro, Moor, M-O-R, etc. It goes back to the Latin word morus, M-A-U-R-U-S. This is from an old German etymology dictionary from 1883. The translation, Moor, M-O-H-R. The M stands for masculinum, which is masculine noun. Schwarze is black. Aus MHD, which is from Middle High German. AHD is Old High German. Moor then also also masculine noun, aus mlat, which is from medieval Latin or Middle Latin, morus. Mor, M-O-H-E-R. Auch is also, F-R-Z is Französisch, which means French. Mor, I-T-A-L, and S-P-A-N is Italian, and Spanish, moro. So as you see, more in German, French, Italian, and Spanish all go back to medieval Latin or Middle Latin morus. So there you have it. When you say that Moor, M-O-O-R, means black, you are literally using the European definition as they understood it. That is what Morus, M-A-U-R-U-S, in Middle Latin meant to the European. However, Moor, M-A-U-R, in ancient Hicupta, aka ancient Egypt, was on the walls, and it went back to at least the first 5 Egyptian dynasties, 3100 BCE to 2325 BCE. Its meaning, the title of the high priest of Anu. And these high priests of Anu, Moors, M-A-U-R-S, later left their knowledge to their beneficiaries, Moors, M-O-O-R-S, when Hicupta, aka Egypt, began to fall, and the Moors, M-O-O-R-S, became the custodians of the ancient Egyptian knowledge. So, the meaning or etymology of Moor, M-O-O-R, is Moor, M-A-U-R, the title of the high priest of Anu. Oh, and side note, notice how Moor, M-A-U-R, appears on 3 different continents from since BC times? Chapter 47, anyone? Common sense was made before book sense.
Common sense was made before book sense. So if Kemetic guy is trying to convince you in Kemet and Moor means black, say it in Kemetan. Don't say it in English. When you say it in English, it's mer, M-R, because there's no vowels. And then if it's mer, and then M-O-O-R and M-A-U-R, and those are vowels, and that'll be M-R. And then all these things are relative to M-R. How come the ancient Kemetic people didn't abandon saying M-R since it means death? How come they used it? Because it had multiple meanings, just like it has multiple meanings now. Moor means docking a boat because the Moors were the only ones with boats. Moor means land because Moors were the only ones with land. And if Moor means land all over the planet, then that would mean that Moors everywhere are the heirs to that land. Oh no, but you want to be nigger that came over here on a slave ship instead of claim your birthright that you're Moor. And then you're going to listen to these traitors, these sellouts, try to convince you that Noble Drew Ali is some fraud. When Noble Drew Ali is the man, and they never told you about him. If you only knew how criminal that was, the next time they're talking, you would go up and strangle them at the podium. Just the Bart strangle. They don't have to get the die strangle. Just get the Bart strangle where they lose some breath. So they recognize and realize that they're wrong for everything that they're doing. But they know, you ain't gonna do nothing. We got you Negroes whipped. You're not doing jack. You're gonna murder your own brother though, for sneakers. You're gonna diss your sister for some BS. That's your bitch now. Like that's just how it is. And then you're content. You wanna know how come you get nothing, have nothing? Because you've been following traitors. Now you're thinking stuck. Because they didn't tell you about the waterman. to douse all fires that they try to pull on you. And they really want you to think that he didn't know what was going on. They really don't want you to realize what nationality is, how it really works. Because you're always going to listen to some traitor. Not going to listen to what the Moors are saying. That's why we're saying, if you want to be dumb nigger, fine, no problem. Just stop bringing up Moors. Stop bringing up Noble Drew Ali. Because all we could do is cuss you out, because we can't come and hang you. We can't. We can't send in some Moors to go beat you to a pulp. We can't. Right? We can't. So we're gonna sacrifice all the different platforms to call out all these traitors, and when the platform gets shut down, hopefully people realize, well, hey, maybe something was up with what they were talking about if they shut them down or whatever. And pop up with another one. Right. Yeah, we can't, because we know that as soon as you go beat their ass or whatever, your own family is gonna run to these people and tell them, oh my God, he did a radical thing because somebody's a traitor and he beat him up. Oh, we can't do that. Let's go get him, because send in the hounds. Send in the hounds. So we can't. So we have to be wise. Because trust me, there's been Moors face to face with these people and called. They are going to snitch on you. And you're going to be in a cell by yourself because of a traitor. That they're still traitors even if you kill that one guy. It's not like he's the Don of the traitors and you killed him and everybody, oh, forget this. Since he's dead, we'll just, the traitor's going to be here. Traitors are going to be here. Because they've been allowed to breed. Didn't do anything about the mosque when it was a dot. Now it took over the whole bathroom and now you're complaining that you got to spend 20,000. Should have did something with the mosque when it was a dot. We have to redo the whole bathroom. Right? Now you realize you got to sell because stuff infested the whole house because of a dot that you did nothing about. So we're at the infestation part. So they're out here. And if we blow the stuff up, we kill ourselves too. Those are the options. Or you do like Drew Ali said. Man is mind. And nothing out here is really what it's about. It's really about what's going on when you go within. And out here is the illusion. Out here is the simulation. And the reality is when you go within. dream realm is more real than this illusion right here. Take some shrooms, meditate realm is way deeper and more meaningful to life than this simulation. Because there's levels, and where I'm at, no way this is real. It has to be a simulation. If man is mind, then everybody's really energy. Energy is just doing what it does. Energy, I know, care. Just exists. You guess with other energy gets more power, but it's never in the negative. It's either balance or off the charts. So in the simulation realm, there's snitch culture right now, where people are snitching on people because they left the house without a mask on. If they're snitching for that, you think these people are going to give up the goods when you put the rope around one of these traders and drag them across the town? No. If that was the case, if the case was we have a group, every group has these individuals that do that work, then they would have done that work. They haven't done it because there's still traders around here. We're looking at some traders right now, right here, right now. This trader right here, Odriwafo, he's a trader. There's one, he's still here. There's an attorney guy, pocket watching with JT, real accountants and all that guy. They're out here. So where's the Secret Service guys at? Where are they at? Because I wouldn't think that's something that, you sign up for or anything like that. That's just stuff that get done. Find out where, whatever, and then whatever, there should be no conversation. I would do it, but I know that they'll snitch. So forget it. Why even waste my time? They're gonna snitch. I'm better off putting them on the screen and talking BS about them for people to know that these people are a fraud. Well, I like my freedom out here in this simulation. I don't even meditate 24 hours a day. That's a little much. It's a little much. That's a little much. Just because of some trader? Nah. Let the trader live. Oh, there's the countdown. We're not done with this trader. We're gonna be right back. Just get back in again. These punk traders.